Are you struggling to meet new people, not sure what to talk about, or how to start a conversation? No worries, I've got you. Don't miss the Art of Connection virtual workshop happening on July 30th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I've partnered with the Toronto Dating Hub to create a brand new workshop that will help you navigate social situations with ease. During this workshop, you'll learn how to appear more inviting and use positive body language. You'll learn how to master conversation starters, compliments, and icebreakers. And you'll build confidence with active listening and sharing engaging stories. This interactive workshop includes breakout rooms and group discussions so that you can practice what you learned. Space is limited, so get your tickets now. Go to patternsofpossibility.com/events to learn how you can master the art of networking. Hey, what's going on? My name is Coach Lee Hopkins, and my pronouns are he, him, his, and you're listening to the Patterns of Possibility podcast. This is a podcast dedicated to helping you replace harmful patterns with new possibilities. In each episode, we'll explore topics that inspire you to be yourself, live your truth, and make lasting connections. In this episode, we're going to talk about that friend that mocks you. You have that friend that jokes around just a little too much, just says something just a little too close to home, and they laugh it off. Haha, it's not a big deal, man. Why your face look like that? We just joking around, little jokey joke. It ain't funny. It ain't funny. I mean, that's how you feel inside, but you'll never say nothing. Hey, let's talk about it. Are you ready? Let's go. When I tell you sometimes, I mean, all this stuff is based on my own personal experiences, all the things that I talk about. And sometimes people just make fun of me just because, I was really funnable, makeable of. Well, essentially, I didn't know how to stand up for myself. And I was a pretty big target because I was just like a big dirtball for the most part. And I was really depressed. And I tried to go along to get along. And when people have that kind of energy, when you or I, let's say from my own personal experiences, when I had that kind of energy, I was a ripe target for people to just steal my self-esteem because it was already in the toilet. I really wasn't confident about the things that I did, about what I said, about how I fit in, the things that I liked or I enjoyed. And if I was to share any of those things, I did it with such a lack of confidence that people could just laugh at it, and I'd be like, haha, that good joke, that was funny. Yeah. I would feel like, why would I ever speak up to those people? Because I don't know how to make friends. I don't know what I really want from friendships. Isn't that what people do? They kind of just joke around. I've seen it on the TV shows. I grew up in the 90s watching Martin and Living Single and those TV shows where sometimes they made fun of each other. Sometimes they joked about each other. Maxine Shaw, attorney at law, she was always just pelting out those insults, knocking down Kyle, and they would just trade insults and jokes back to each other, and they laugh at each other, and then there'd be no hard feelings about it. It's just that's what friends do. And I thought, well, that's what friends do, right? And so that's what friends do. And whatever I'm feeling about the experience, whatever I'm feeling being the butt of the joke or being essentially, put down, I must be, out of sync. I must really not know what friendships really mean because they do it on TV. And any good friendship, they razz each other and they laugh at each other and they make fun of things that people do. They tease. Right? That's what I learned, is that they tease you, and that's a term of endearment. And if you're taking it the wrong way, I've been saying it, even if I say, I said those words, taking it the wrong way. That's what people will tell you if you have feelings about their joke about you. You're taking it the wrong way. It's not, you're supposed to just laugh at it. It's not a big deal, but man, that hurt. Did you even like me? to say that kind of thing and then laugh out loud in my face, spit flying from your lips and everything? Was it that funny that you doubled over, tapping on and smacking other people? It was a good one. Wait, it was a good one. And I'm like, damn, do you even like me? Right? Do you even? That friend that mocks you, now that I'm at the ripe old age of 41, I would say that that's not a person I want to be close to me. Look, connecting over joyful experiences, I'm all for that. We all laughing together, but there's one person here that's not laughing. In fact, I'm really, really hurt. And I know I can't tell them about it. Have you ever been in that situation before? You ever been around people who just can't find anything kind and supportive to say to you? They just look at you and they want to make fun, or they criticize the things that you like. And they tell you it's just a joke. I wanted to let you know that if you are in that position, you are not among friends. You are not among friends. Hashtag not your friend. Hashtag not your friend. They're not your friends. Friends are connected in joy. We have fun, uplifting experiences together. It's not always like that. We have difficult conversations with each other. But generally, when you're around these people who you call friends, air quotes friends, they are people who aren't there to uplift you. They're there to make fun and to steal your energy. Essentially, have you feeling one kind of way and questioning your own feelings about how you feel. Because everybody else is laughing and you're not sure what you need to do. And even if you had the courage to speak up, to say the thing, hey, that hurt my feelings, they slap you right back down. It's just a joke. You're so sensitive. Ooh, little baby. Why don't you go cry? But is that how you want to feel with your friends? That how you want to feel with your friends? I know that's hard. That's hard because if you don't know any better, you don't know any better. That person that I certainly did not know better. I wanted to be around somebody. I wanted to be connected with somebody. And these people they seemed like they enjoyed my company because they're laughing all the time. And maybe it's just me. If you're in that position, this is what I want to say to you. Other than they're not your friends, it's time to let go of these people. See, what happened for me was, and what probably would happen for you, is that you'd be like, what are you talking about, Lee? These people are just, it's just me. Maybe I'm a little sensitive or something like that. But once you start to understand more about you and what you really want from other people and how you really want to feel in spaces, that's why I focus so much on your feelings about people and being in spaces with others. How do you feel when you're with these people? You feel like you're on edge? Do you feel like you can't open up? Do you feel like you're going to be made fun of? Does it not feel good to be made fun of? I mean, do the jokes feel really hurtful to you? And you need to pay attention to that. I want you to pay attention to that. So that's like the first step, is to recognizing how you feel about it. And then if you could find the words, because it's hard to let these people go, because you'd be like, oh, maybe it was me. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't really know what friendships are supposed to be like. They're there for me in tough times. They're just making fun of me today, just now. But most of the time, or a few times, they've been here for when it gets really, really, really hard. And I'm going to say to you, that's still not acceptable. That's still not acceptable. If you look at that and they're there for you when it's just one really hard time, you broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, or, you lost your job, something really hard happened, but then the next thing you know, you can't depend on them for any kind of just regular support, like day-to-day regular support, because that's how these people show up. If they mock you, they don't respect you. They feel better because they're taking care of you in those moments in which you're really low. We pay attention to that, because friends want to celebrate your joy. They don't want to do it at your expense. It's not always at your expense, always. So you want to pay attention to how you feel and then find the words to tell them about how you feel about your experience. Look, I don't like that you're making fun of my hair or my teeth or my clothes or the music I listen to or the games that I play or the hobbies that I have or the food that I eat. You can tell I have a bit of trauma. I just think that's wild as I reflect back. And I'm like, yeah, of course, Lee was there in those spaces because Lee didn't know what else to do. And to whomever my voice is reaching and this resonates, I understand. I don't know what else to do. But after this podcast, you will figure out how you feel, find the words to tell them, and then watch how they respond. Watch how they respond to that. Because our friends want to be uplifted with us in joy. And furthermore, they want to hear about how we feel when we're with them. If it's not joyful, if we don't enjoy their company, and they're doing something to cause that feeling that we're responding to that makes us feel less than, then we want to ask them to make a change. Give them a fair shot. This is how you know it's going to be time to go. Give them a fair shot. Hey, look, this is how I feel about my experience with you. This is how I feel, and I don't like it, and I want you to stop making fun of me. I want you to stop making the jokes. I want you to stop bringing that one girl up. I want you to stop bringing that relationship up. I want you to stop bringing my shoes up. I want you to stop making fun of the games that I play. Stop. And a good friend, this is how you're going to know. And a good friend would be like, oh, my bad. I didn't realize I hurt you so much. I don't want to do that. We don't want to hurt our friends, right? If they can do that, they can make that change in behavior because they care so much about how you feel, then you got a good one. But if you don't see a change, if you get pushed back, run! Get gone. Get gone. Hashtag not your friend. Hey, Patterns of Possibility fam. If you'd like a little more guidance and hands-on support, then I've got great news. You can hire me as your own personal coach. Go to patternsofpossibility.com/coaching to apply for individual or group coaching. In this 12-week program, I'm going to help you make the meaningful connections that you deserve. After this coaching program, I promise you'll be able to do 3 things. 1, you'll be able to clearly identify who belongs in your tribe and who doesn't. Say goodbye to those people who are wishy-washy, you're unsure of. No, you will know for certain whether or not they deserve to be in the same space with you. And second, you are going to know that your thoughts and feelings are valid and worth expressing. So if you do have feelings about your friends not holding up boundaries or not holding up space for you or not meeting your needs, then you are not going to shy away from telling them. You will be able to communicate your boundaries in a clear, concise manner and advocate for yourself in your relationships. And finally, you are going to learn how to start and stop conversations with strangers and steer them towards topics that are interesting and important to you. I don't know about you, but I don't have weeks, months, years to discover whether or not me and my new friend have compatible values. If you know what you're looking for, you can discover if you're compatible in just a few conversations. If all this sounds good to you and you're ready to make those meaningful connections, go to patternsofpossibility.com/coaching to find out more information. Again, go to patternsofpossibility.com/coaching to find out more information. I look forward to working with you. Now it's time for your listener letters. If you have burning questions about your friendships and your platonic relationships with your coworkers and so forth, let me know. Write me at patternsofpossibility@gmail.com, and I might just read your letter out loud. All right, this is a pretty interesting story here. For context, the person starts out, I've been best friends with this girl for a really long time, since high school. We're a few months to graduating from college, and we don't go to the same university, but we talk often. The other day, it was my birthday, and she didn't text or call until around 8 p.m. When she eventually called, she asked me to send her really good pictures that I had. Quote, really good pictures, so she can post them on her status. Now, I recently got a new phone, ended up finding out there were no photos from the old one that transferred to the new one. So I basically have a few pictures at the moment. So not a whole lot of pictures. I spent so many minutes going through my old gallery selecting good pictures to send her. And when I did send them, she called again. She started making fun of these pictures that I sent her. She said they were really bad and asking what was I thinking while sending them. I felt really, really bad when she made those comments and decided to play it off by saying I accidentally sent them and I didn't know they were included. Even the ones that she said were good, her reaction to me seemed as if she didn't expect me to wear such good clothes or shoes or even go to such good places where some of the pictures were taken. And so many things bothered me a lot about the situation to this day. And I feel sad about it, and I wanted your opinion on whether or not I'm the one making a big deal or not. Now, listeners, they have a list here. Now, listeners, I'm going to break the fourth wall and talk directly to you instead of reading this letter. I'll go back into it, but you probably know what I'm going to say. If you heard me before on this podcast, your feelings are valid and worth expressing, and it's important to explore that. And you're getting signs and signals, and if you're listening to this too, you're probably feeling like, dang, what kind of friend? I don't know. But all right, let's get back into it. So the things that bothered her about this was, one, I have so many pictures on Instagram, and I was wondering why she just couldn't get pictures from there instead of asking me for them. Because I do the same. When it's her birthday, I go to Instagram, get so many pictures, and then I post them. Why couldn't she do that? Gotcha. 2, even after me sending her up to 20 pictures of myself, she only posted 1. She spent so many minutes figuring out which pictures. Okay. The third one. This was not the first time. She does it on every birthday of mine. She asked for pictures, and I was wondering why she wouldn't use the ones online. And she made it look like there was never a good picture worth posting. So this isn't the first time that has happened. She's at every birthday. And I'm thinking, if they were in high school and they're about to graduate college, so 4 years, at least 4 years, every year this happened for 4 years. Number 4. Did she have to point out those things about all the pictures, like my shoes in one picture where I was wearing a particular type of trendy shoe and that I don't usually wear but wanted to try them out and so forth? That's it. That's the end of it right there. I'm going to leave it right there because I think that's enough. And listening to this podcast, sometimes I know that you're in it and you can't see what's happening. You're not really sure if you should release the relationship or let it go. This friend is not very kind. And sometimes we think, well, this is how relationships should be. This is how relationships are. This is what happens when you get a big group of friends. Or maybe, this is cyclical. This particular event, which I find really fascinating, it's cyclical. That means it happens once a year or in some kind of predictable cycle on your birthday. She calls you late, like, okay, you're not top of mind for her. She calls you when she has time. She's not very excited. When we got things that are on top of mind or we're excited about them, we dive into them. We do them first. We love to do the things that we enjoy, pay attention to them, make the phone calls, whatever it is. But if they are your best friend, because you said best friend, I have been best friends with this girl for a really long time. That's what you said. And so my best friend, I would want to celebrate. I'd be thinking about them more often than I think about other people and celebrating them. But particularly the fact that this happens every year, they ask for a ton of pictures of yours and then criticizes those pictures and then says, look, I only got one worth posting. As an outsider looking in, it's time to have a conversation. I'm thinking it's time to have a conversation. But as a person who was in it too, I'm just like, well, that's just how best friends are. I don't know anything else. This is how people show up. This is what they do. This is how you make friends. If I am a little too vocal about this, it's like I'm making a big deal. And friends don't make big deals of little things or whatever stories you might be telling yourself. Because I used to tell myself that, like, this is the price of friendship. This is how it works. You give and you take. Stuff like that. Stuff like that. So what do you want to do? Well, what do you want to do with this? I don't think you're asking for anything. You didn't ask me for anything. Like, you didn't say, hey, Lee, what is the next thing? What should I do? How should I? You just want to know if your feelings are valid and worth expressing. And yes, they are. They are worth expressing. What I would say in the next step is to talk, is to have a conversation about these specific things. Usually when people write this stuff out, you get clarity. When you write it out, you get some clarity about what's going on. And you can take this and you can read it for a bit. You can read it. You got it bullet pointed, which is so dope. It's so organized. Just read it. It's like, if you have trouble, because it's difficult when you actually need to say it to the person, you got other feelings popping up. You got insecurities. What if they don't like it? What if they do react and cut you off and they don't want to hear the rest of the stuff? How do you respond to that stuff? That just believing that might happen would stop you from even opening up your mouth to have a conversation, because you don't know how to handle. You may not know how to handle the fact that they're going to respond to you, and it's probably not going to feel good. Probably not going to feel good. It's going to feel even more dismissive. Like, you already feel dismissed because they're making fun of you. They don't know the effort that you put into getting these pictures, and you probably look good. And you don't want to be a negative Nelly and be like, you're just jealous. You don't want to do all that. You just want to be a good friend, right? You're just looking for whatever it is to make this go away. So you might not want to talk to them. You might not want to talk to them, but the key here is to talk. It always is. That's just everything that I talk about. But we just lack the language. We don't know how to say it. But you wrote it out. You wrote it out. I would encourage you to talk to them, because one thing that I know about friendship and connection, authentic connection, is that when you share your feelings with somebody, they're interested. They care. It's important to them, because they want to know more about you. That's the thing. They want to know what lights you up. They want to know what hurts you, not to hurt you with that, but to avoid those things. They want to be able to support you when you're sad. They want to be able to support you when you're angry. They want to be able to support you when you're afraid of things. That's what I define as a close connection, with those people who want to do those kinds of things to you. And they can never be a close connection if they do not know, right? They can never be close to you if you never give an opportunity to show who you are. That requires that vulnerability piece. And if you can get past that, you may be able to change the whole relationship. You might have a conversation with her and she'll say, oh, my bad. I was just mad because you're so cute and I'm not. And I was just hating on you. But now I know that it really hurts you. I'm not going to do that. Can you imagine that? And she's going to say it just like that, because you're so cute and I'm not. You see why I was so funnable. I entertain myself. But seriously, it's time to have a conversation. You have it written out. It's been 4 years of the exact same thing. They're expecting you to be so much less than. It doesn't seem like they are your friend by my definition. And by what you wrote, it doesn't seem like they really know you, because you're not talking about the frustration that you have here. And they don't recognize that you do go out and you do try different things. They are amazing things. New trendy shoes, new spots to hang out with. They're surprised, and they're not being kind to you and supportive of you trying these new things. So I'd be like, let's talk about it. Let's see where this is. Let me see where your head is at, so we can stop doing whatever this is. Hey, thank you so much for listening. If you like this podcast, share with someone who you think could benefit from this information, and follow me on social media. You can find me at Patterns of Possibility on all social media, and I go live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can catch me and learn more about these social connections and interact with other people who are looking for the meaningful connections, who share the same kind of stories, and be in community. And don't forget to sign up for my newsletter at patternsofpossibility.com, where you will get actionable steps delivered to your mailbox every week. Thanks again for listening. Until next time, take care.